Hi, this is Scott Dudley from Funnel Fella Radio, and today we've finally reached the landmark 50th episode of Funnel Fella Radio. And while I always hoped that I'd get to this amount of episodes, I wasn't really sure if it was possible and if I could actually do it, but I've managed to persist and stick with it. And today we're up to episode number 50, so that's pretty satisfying. So anyway, today I wanted to talk about a optimization plan, and I'm going to be summarizing the simple 5-step approach to optimization that Dan Soroka and Peter Kuhlman provide in their book A/B Testing. So this is the book here. And these are the two guys that own the testing platform Otimization. And basically in the first, I think it's the first chapter of the book, might be the second chapter, but I'm pretty sure it's the first chapter, where they run through a simple 5-step plan to effective testing. Because the thing that I've noticed is that, particularly working with some clients, their ideas for testing, they're basically all over the place. That they want to test this, they want to test that, they want to test 15 things at a time. There's no real plan behind it. It's just sort of thrown together, and unless you actually sort of let the client know that, hey, we need to do a proper process here and do it in this particular order, then things can get messy fast, and it's really hard to keep track of things and really end up getting the results that you're looking for. So I'm just going to briefly run through these 5 steps and give my take on each one. So the first step is to define success, and this is pretty straightforward. It's basically what are you actually trying to achieve. So for different types of businesses, this is going to be, different metrics of success. Like, for example, a real estate agent would most likely, their purpose would be to generate leads, whereas an e-commerce business would be to generate sales, to sell products. And then you've got other types of businesses where you might have a donation type of business where the measure of success is how much people donate. And then there's other types of businesses as well, such as publishing types of businesses or editorial types of businesses that have articles where they're trying to get as many people on the page and to stay for as long as possible. And their business model is just basically based on advertising. So when it comes to funnels, it's really generally it's going to be either generating leads or selling things, generating sales or purchases. So usually it's one or the other in the funnel world. But you have to actually define what you're trying to do, and be clear on exactly what the purpose of your funnel is. So this first step should be pretty quick and easy, and it should only take no more than 5 minutes at the very most to get a grip on exactly precisely what you're trying to achieve and what the goal of the funnel is. Okay, so once you've done that, the next step 2, is to identify bottlenecks. So to do this, obviously you have to have previously set up all of the tracking properly, and the website or the funnel needs to have plenty of traffic run through it so that you can actually get some meaningful data, or data as they call it over in the US. But yeah, so you want to identify the bottlenecks. So to do that, basically what you're looking for is what parts of the funnel are you know, is the whole process falling down. So for example, if you've got a funnel where you're first of all generating opt-ins, and then further down the funnel, you're trying to get people to actually purchase something. I mean, is it the opt-in page that is preventing the rest of the funnel from getting enough traffic through it? Whereabouts in the funnel is the process not optimized and not working as well as it should be? So it could be on your order page. Maybe you're getting plenty of opt-ins, but then once they hit the order page, then you know you're getting an unusually low amount of purchases for the traffic that you're generating onto that page. So that's where it's important to have a good look for. Firstly, that's where it's important to have a good grasp of the data and make sure that you can see exactly what's going on, make sure everything's accurate, make sure it's tracking properly. And then from the numbers, you can see whereabouts in the funnel it's not performing properly, and what parts of the funnel need attention to be optimized. Okay, so once you've identified all of the bottlenecks, step 3 is to then construct a hypothesis. So once you've got a good grasp on what's happening, the data, you can see exactly the conversion rates for all the different steps. And if you've also got other things set up as well, where you're tracking things such as video views, button clicks, and time on page, things like that, if you're tracking those as well, you can also see precisely, you know, which things are working and which aren't, which things need attention. So for example, if you've got a video where, you know, people are hardly watching any of the video, they might be closing, shutting down the video before 30 seconds and not being able to actually see the call to action, then that's where a hypothesis might be to improve the video, or do the video again and test the new video against the old video, see which one performs better. If the original video is performing better, then we keep it. If the new video performs better, then we get rid of the old video and we use the new video. So basically, you're going to have a list of things where you believe are worth testing to make a difference based on those bottlenecks that you've identified previously. So pretty much the list of hypotheses is your what you want to test based on the bottlenecks that you've identified back in step 2. So once you've got your list of things that you need to test or want to test, then step 4 is to actually prioritize which things of those are the most important. And you could do that. There's many ways that you could do it, but one way might be to rank them from, you know, 10 to 1, where 10 has to be done straight away because this is costing us a fortune, or down to 1, where this would be interesting to find out the result, but it's not really super urgent, it's not crucial, it can wait. So for each row in your list and the hypothesis, you then want to prioritize each line with a rating, and then you would sort the ratings in descending order, and the ones that are the most urgent, the most important, then they're the ones that obviously get tested first. Okay, and then you'd run through the list, and then when you get to the bottom, you would then again go through the whole process of identifying more bottlenecks, constructing more hypothesis, and then prioritizing it again. But that then leads us on to step 5, where you actually test. Okay, so obviously once you prioritize everything, then that's where you actually test. So I sort of preempted that, but they're the 5 steps that you need to do to do a proper optimization plan, rather than just testing things willy-nilly and yeah, just sort of not having a proper structure and a system. So just to repeat, step one is to define success. What are you actually trying to do? What metrics do you need to be measuring? Step two is then, from all the information that you've got, where are the bottlenecks in the funnel? Identify those bottlenecks. Step three then is to make a list of all the things that you think would be worth testing based on the information that you've got. And then from that list that you've constructed, you then want to prioritize which ones are the most important and which are the least important by giving it some sort of rating system. And then finally, step five is to start testing based on that list that you've got there. So you end up with a list of things to test. You test each one in order. And then once you've got to the bottom of the list, then I guess you can rinse and repeat and go through the list again and make a new list and just keep optimizing and optimizing and optimizing, keep improving the conversion rates, keep optimizing the funnel, make it work better and better and better. And then over time, if you keep repeating this process, then you should find that the bottom line gets improved significantly, which is the whole purpose of doing this. And instead of just guessing, you know, what will work and what won't work, and just changing things willy-nilly, you've actually got a proper plan and you're basing your decisions on hard data rather than plain guesswork, which is how the majority of smaller size companies seem to operate, particularly sort of the ones that I've worked with as clients. So anyway, that's pretty much all I've got for today. Hopefully you got some value from that, and I'll catch up with you in the next episode of Funnel Fella Radio. Bye for now.